This presentation will talk about muscle and nervous tissue. So there are 3 types of muscle tissue. All types are specialized to contract and provide movement: skeletal, cardiac, and smooth muscle. Nervous tissue is specialized to conduct information through electrical signals, and nervous tissue is made up of 2 types of cells: neurons and neuroglia. Neurons are the cells that conduct the electrical impulses. Neuroglia are the supporting cells of the nervous system. I will be using slides taken from the Ohio State University Medical Center, and here are some links to the slides that I will be using. So here we are at the Ohio State Medical Center website for their virtual histology lab, and I'm going under general histology and muscle tissue. And let's look at skeletal muscle first. So skeletal muscle is voluntary. You can choose when to contract or relax your skeletal muscles. As I'm looking at this, one thing that tells me it's skeletal muscle, I can see this is a really long muscle fiber. There's a muscle fiber. Muscle fibers in skeletal muscle are very long. And as I zoom in a little bit more, I can automatically see that there are striations. That is almost a dead giveaway that we're looking at skeletal muscle. And then the nuclei for all of these muscle fibers kind of look like they're pushed out to the side. So I'm looking for long strips of muscle, I'm looking for striations, and I'm looking for the fact that the nuclei are pushed all the way out to the side. That tells me that this is skeletal muscle. For cardiac muscle, as I zoom in here, it is also striated, although it is much harder to tell that it is striated. But one thing I notice is that I don't have these really long strips of muscle like I did in the skeletal muscle. And the nuclei almost look like they're nice and round and almost in the center of the cells. And as I can see here, I have a dark line here and here and here, kind of scattered throughout. These are the intercalated discs that hold the cardiac muscle cells together. And I know I have found a place here where I could see some striations, but they're running in the same direction that the intercalated discs are, but they are harder to see. But this is an example of cardiac muscle. Again, intercalated discs. Nuclei look like they're in the middle of the cell, and you should be able to see striations, and they're not in really long strips. I'm actually going to move over to the digestive system to look at smooth muscle. And smooth muscle lines hollow organs, and as you can see, this is hollow. There's a lumen in the middle, and so around the outside here I'm going to have smooth muscle. I'm going to zoom in on this area right here. So again, I notice that I do not have really long strips of muscle fibers. I don't see any striations in this area. The nuclei are kind of scattered throughout. They're not pushed out to the sides of the cell. They're actually in the center of each of these cells. So this area right here is smooth muscle. So we've looked at skeletal, cardiac, and smooth muscle. I also want to look at neural tissue in this one, and we're going to look at a spinal cord smear. So they've taken a sample of the spinal cord and just kind of spread it around on the slide. And I said that there were 2 types of cells. We have neurons. These are the dark purple cells here. And then all these little tiny dots, all these little tiny purple, are neuroglia. These are all the supporting cells of the nervous system.